Welcome to today's yoga practice. So find yourself in a comfortable seat, maybe on a block or a cushion if that's what you need. Take those last wriggles, and then when you've taken any final movements that you may need, start to find stillness. And just breathing through your nostrils, allowing the breath to be normal at the moment. Let's just start to notice how you feel. Leaving everything that may have happened already or that might be happening later to one side. Just concentrating on you in this moment on your mat. And then when you're ready, very gently close your eyes or soften your gaze. And together we'll take 3 deep breaths. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Allow your breathing to come back to normal through your nostrils. Maybe your breath is starting to become a little longer on the inhale, a little longer on the exhale. And while we're here with our breath, let's remind ourselves of the quote that we finished last week's practice with, which was by Rachel Brennan. It says, "The goal of yoga, no, it's not the headstand. The yoga pose is not the goal. Becoming flexible is not the goal. Standing on your hands is not the goal. The goal is to create space where you were once stuck, to unveil the layers of protection you've built around your heart, to appreciate your body and become aware of the mind and the noise it creates, to make peace with who you are. The goal is to love you. Come to your mat to feel, not to accomplish. Shift your focus and your heart will grow." Today's intention for our practice is to continue our journey in finding balance. But before we start, we're going to do our rounds of breath. So we'll be doing 3 breaths in, hold it at the top slightly, and then 6 breaths out. So I'll talk us through the first one, and then the next 2 rounds we can do independently. So breathing in deeply, breathing out completely, and breathing in to begin. 1, 2, 3, hold it at the top, and breathing out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing in. 2, 3, hold it at the top, breathing out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing in. 2, 3, hold it at the top, breathe it out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And just allow your breathing to come back to normal for a moment. And then we're going to go again, but I won't count. I'll let you to count this time. So breathing in deeply, breathing out completely and breathing in to begin. And when you've done 3 rounds, allow your breath to come back to normal for a moment. And then we'll do 1 more round. Breathing in deeply, breathing out completely, and breathing in to begin. And when you've done those 3 rounds, once again, allow your breathing just to come back to normal. Flutter the eyes open, and we're going to start today's practice in mountain. So very gently unravel your legs from wherever you're sitting, and we'll meet mountain. No rush. And once you get to mountain, maybe open your feet wider than you normally would. We're just going to gently flow to wake our bodies up. So breathing in, arms up over the head, looking forward, hands touch, coming down in front of your heart space as you carry on going into our first forward fold, allowing the knees to bend generously, holding onto the elbows, dropping the head and the shoulders. Breathing deeply. And breathing in, finding halfway lift. Breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in, halfway lift. Breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in, halfway lift. And breathing out, forward fold. This time as we breathe in, pressing through the feet, we're going to slowly unravel our bodies up to mountain. Taking our time, no rush. Allowing the head to be the last bit to unravel, and then allowing the hands to go up to the sky, look forward, hands meet at the top, coming down in front of our heart space as we continue to fold forwards. Breathing out on the way down, finding that forward fold. Breathing in for halfway lift, breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in, halfway lift, and breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in, halfway lift, and breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in, pushing through the feet as we rise to mountain, very gently, slowly unfurling. Head the last bit to come up, allowing the hands to continue the journey above your head. Maybe this time looking at your fingertips as the hands meet, bringing the hands down to the heart centre, continuing to flow all the way forward to our forward fold. Maybe we can undo the legs a little bit more this time. Breathing in, halfway lift. Breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in, halfway lift. Breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in, halfway lift. Breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in, pushing through those feet as we come up into mountain. When you get to the top, closing your eyes, allowing your hands to fall at your sides, making sure that your shoulders are down and relaxed, your jaw is relaxed. Just take a moment with your eyes closed to notice how you're feeling as your body's starting to warm up. And then opening the eyes, breathing in, arms raising up to the sky, looking at the fingertips, bringing the hands together, coming down in front of your heart space and continue down as we forward fold all the way down. Breathing in for halfway lift and back down for forward fold. Placing the hands on the mat, let's take the right foot back as we find our low lunge. Taking any adjustments that you might need to get there, hopefully you can see me. And just feeling the stretch in your low lunge position before dropping the back knee to the mat, bringing the left foot round till we find tabletop, ensuring that your hands are underneath your shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips. I'm going to breathe in and drop the belly in a very tiny cat-cow, and then up into cat as we breathe out. Breathing in to find cow, maybe a little bigger, and then out to find cat. Each time pushing away from the mat into cow, trying to make these a little bit bigger. Breathing out for cat as your spine starts to wake up. Breathing in for cow, breathing out for cat. Last one, breathing in for cow and breathing out for cat. Well done. Curling the toes under, lifting the knees, pushing the bottom back and up as we come into our first downward dog. Pedaling through the feet, being very gentle with yourself, just finding stillness for a moment. Breathing deeply, and then very gently taking small steps to bring your feet to meet your hands and in forward fold. Breathing in for halfway lift, out for forward fold, and then breathing in as we come all the way up to mountain. Arms stretch up over our heads, looking at the sky, fingertips touch, coming down to our heart centre, and we're going to keep going, folding forwards, all the way down. Breathing in for halfway lift, out for forward fold, taking the left leg back this time into our low lunge. Make any adjustments that you need to find that low lunge position. Notice the stretch from this side, and then dropping that back knee, bringing the right round, coming into tabletop. Again, let's find some cat-cows in your own time with your breath. Work through 5 rounds. Maybe these ones will be a bit bigger. You can make them slower. Maybe closing the eyes so you can really move with your breath. Remembering to push away from the mat, keeping the core engaged. When you've done 5, find that neutral spine, curl the toes under, and I'll meet you in down dog. Again, take any movements that you may need before finding stillness. Remember to adjust your feet or your hands however you need to that suits your body. And then very gently moving the feet towards the hands to find forward fold. Breathing in for halfway lift, out for forward fold, breathing in for mountain. Arms up to the ceiling, looking at the sky, fingertips together, hands to heart place. We're going to keep on going, folding all the way forwards, coming up for halfway lift, breathe out, forward fold. Right foot goes back into a low lunge, feeling that stretch. And then this time we're going to straighten that front leg and pivot the back foot so we're like in a triangle shape. And just fold forward slightly on that front leg. Bringing the left hand on the inside of the left foot So we can peel the right hand up to the sky to find a twist. Lovely. Bringing the right hand back down to the ground, finding that low lunge position. Notice how it feels. Taking the left foot back and finding down dog. Bringing the feet towards the hands, find a half forward fold. Breathing in for halfway lift. Breathing out, forward fold. And breathing in to come up to mountain. Arms up to the sky. Looking at the sky, fingertips together, hands together, come down to heart centre and keep going as we take it to the other side. Down, forward fold. Breathing in for halfway lift. Out for forward fold, and this time taking the left foot back into the low lunge. Making the adjustments that you might need to find that position. And then straightening the front leg, pivoting the back foot so you're in a triangle. Folding forwards over the front leg. Placing the right hand on the inside of the right foot as the left hand peels up to the sky as we find a twist. Keep breathing. Bringing the left hand back down to the mat. Finding that low lunge position, pivot that back foot back again. And then take the right foot back as we meet in down dog. Step the feet forwards to meet the hands as we come into forward fold. Breathing in for halfway lift. Breathing out for forward fold. Breathing in as we come all the way up to mountain. And when we get to the top, closing our eyes, finding stillness, and just notice how you're feeling. Your body should be nice and warm now. Breathing in, arms up over our heads, coming hands together, coming down to our heart centre, keep going for a forward fold. Breathing in for a halfway lift, taking the right foot back into a high lunge position. Finding that high lunge, strong legs. Breathing deeply. And then taking the hands behind the back, we're going to clasp them together. We're going to lean forward so that our left shoulder is kind of resting on our left knee. Our hands will go up in the air and the head will be down towards the mat. Don't worry about how far you can get. Just find where you are today. And then pushing through that front foot, using your core, pushing yourself all the way back up. As we find that high lunge position, breathing deeply, dropping the left hand to the knee, taking the right hand behind in our twist that's familiar to us now. Bringing the right hand back, placing the hands on the mat, left foot back so we come into plank, and then pushing ourselves back into down dog. Bringing the feet forwards to the hands to find a forward fold. Breathing in, halfway lift. And breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in as we come all the way up to mountain. Hands to the sky. Looking at the sky, fingers together, hands together, coming down to the heart centre as we continue to flow on the other side. Coming down to our forward fold. Breathing in for halfway lift, taking the left foot back into our high lunge position, taking any movements that you may need to find that position. Notice how it feels on this side. Then taking the arms behind our backs, clasping them together, leaning forward and bringing our right shoulder to our right knee this time. Whoops. Hands go up in the air, head comes down towards the mat. Don't worry if you have the wobbles. And then using that front leg and your core, pushing yourself back up into that high lunge position. Allowing the right hand to come to your knee as the left hand sweeps back, finding the twist. Noticing how it feels on this side. Bringing the hand all the way forwards as we come down onto the mat into plank. And pushing back into downward dog. Breathing deeply. Taking steps with your feet to meet your hands in half forward fold. Breathing in for halfway lift. Breathing out, forward fold. And breathing in as we come all the way up into mountain. When you get to mountain, allow the hands to come to the sides, closing your eyes. And just take a moment to breathe deeply. Opening the eyes, and we're going to come into eagle arms. So we're going to take our right arm under our left. You can stay just, I'll do that here so you can see. So arms up, then right arm underneath. You can stay like that, or it might be that you've got bigger twists so you can do a double wrap. Whatever's more comfortable for you. Keeping the legs relatively wide. And we're just going to drop down into chair. So as if we're going to sit in a chair, bottom goes back, hands in eagle arms, breathing deeply, maybe sitting a little bit further down in that chair, and then slowly unravelling the arms, coming down into a forward fold, coming up to a halfway lift, taking that right foot back into a high lunge, finding that high lunge position. And then we're going to pivot ourselves around so we're in a very wide-legged position towards the long edge of the mat. When you've just adjusted your feet so you're comfortable, we're going to very slowly fold ourselves forwards. Maybe you want to put your hands on your feet, maybe you want them in front of you, behind you. You find whatever's best for you. Maybe bending the knees slightly if that helps. Maybe closing the eyes. Maybe folding a little deeper. And then wherever your hands are, bring them so that they're kind of in front of your head. As we push ourselves on our hands, so we're like in a halfway lift, bending the knees ever so slightly so we don't hurt our legs. And then using our core to come all the way back up to standing. This time we're going to clasp our hands behind our backs like we've done before. And then we're going to fold all the way forwards again, allowing the hands to come up and the heads to go down. As far as comfortable for you. Remember, it's not a competition. It's not about the final destination. It's about the journey. And then pushing through the feet, coming all the way back up slowly. Twisting ourselves back round to finding our high lunge position. Bringing the hands to the ground as we find plank. Dropping the knees, slowly dropping our body down to the mat. And then we're going to come into cobra. So having the hands underneath the shoulders, but not pushing through the hands. Pull the hands back as if you're pulling them back on the mat. And just as you breathe in, allow your chest to rise, keeping your head looking down at the mat. And then breathing out, allowing your head to come down. Breathing in again, allowing that chest to rise, maybe a little bit higher this time. And then breathing out, coming back down to the mat. And then this time, taking the arms wide up onto your fingertips. Breathing in as we come up into a spider cobra. Maybe it's a bit deeper one this time. Don't force anything. Keep looking at your mat so you don't hurt your neck. And then bring your elbows underneath your shoulders as we come into Sphinx. Closing the eyes. Don't tip your head back. Pushing through your feet, your knees, breathing deeply. And then opening the eyes, curling the toes under, bringing the hands underneath the shoulders and coming over the knees into down dog. Stepping forward, forward fold. Breathing in for halfway lift. Breathing out, forward fold. Breathing all the way in and up to mountain, hands up to the sky, hands meet, coming down to our heart centre, and keep going as we take it to the other side, folding forwards. Breathing in for halfway lift. Taking the left foot back into a high lunge, finding that high lunge position. And then pivoting to the other side of the mat, so we're in a wide-legged stance, making any adjustments that you might need. Very slowly, folding forward. Again, allowing your hands to be where they need to be. And this will be different this time to the other side. Every time we do a pose, it's slightly different. So you might want to adjust where your feet and hands are. Remembering you can bend your knees if you need to. And then bringing the hands in front of your head, coming up into a halfway lift position. Bending the knees slightly if you haven't already. Pushing through those strong feet, using the core, coming all the way back up to standing. Clasping the hands behind our backs. And then very gently folding ourselves forward, chest leading, allowing the head to come down, arms to go up, go as far as is comfortable and right for you. Bending those knees if you need to. Breathing deeply. And then using those strong legs and your core, standing yourself all the way back up. Slowly pivoting back round into our high lunge. Making any adjustments that you need to find that position. Remembering the front leg is bent, back foot's on the ball of the foot. And then coming down into plank. Dropping the knees. Dropping the body slowly to the mat. And we're going to do some more cobras. So remembering the hands are underneath your shoulders, but you're not pushing. It's like a pulling back motion. And breathe in. Bringing the chest up, maybe it's slightly bigger this time, and breathing out, come down to the mat. Breathing in, chest up, remembering to keep looking at the mat so you don't hurt your neck, and breathing out, come down to the mat. Arms out to the side, breathing in to find spider cobra. Maybe it's a little bit bigger this time, maybe it's not, doesn't matter. And then bringing the elbows underneath the shoulders, closing the eyes as you find Sphinx. Just take a moment while you're here to check in to make sure that your shoulders aren't hunched up by your ears. If they are, just allow them to relax. Allow them to jaw to relax. You shouldn't be in any pain. And then bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, curling the toes, coming over the knees, and I'll meet you in down dog. Stepping forward with your feet to meet your hands as we come into forward fold. Breathing in, halfway lift. And breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in as you come all the way up to mountain. When we get to mountain, closing our eyes, allowing our shoulders to round and back. Hands hang heavy by the side of our body. Jaw is soft. Breathing deeply. Noticing the connection of our feet with the ground. as we flutter our eyes open and we push into that left foot as we find tree. Maybe we're doing a baby tree, maybe it's the halfway one, maybe you can come all the way up today. Find the one that works for you, bringing the hands up and over your head, touching them together, breathing deeply, feeling that strong leg. And then slowly releasing the hands, releasing the leg to the floor, and just pedal out. And we're going to find the connection with the right foot. Again, maybe a baby one, maybe in the middle, remembering that each side is different, as is every day. So just because you did a baby one on one side doesn't mean you have to find the baby one on the other side. Oh, my leggings are slippery today, so let's find that one there. Hands above your head. Oh, I've got the wobbly tree today. Breathing deeply. And then slowly releasing the hands, releasing the foot back to the ground. Pedaling it out. And then if you've got a strap or a scarf, might be a good time to grab it. If you've got a scarf, you just need to sort of tie it, set in a circle. That makes sense. There we go. And let's pop that down there for a moment. Okay, so finding our mountain position, finding our feet on the ground, lifting the right knee up to the chest, and then very gently we're going to take this leg behind us, so grabbing the ankle as it passes underneath us, changing how we hold the foot. So now it should be our foot into our fingers, and then we're going to bring the front hand up, finding the mudra that looks like this, which is front first finger and thumb, and then we're going to lean forward as we find this dancer's position. Now your dancing position may be here. That's absolutely fine. You might not want the hand. It may be that you can just bend forwards with your hand out straight. Find what works for you. If holding onto the foot is a problem, then this is where the scarf comes in. We can bring the knee up and behind us, and then we can use the scarf behind our heads. Maybe lean forward, maybe not. You decide, don't hurt yourself. Just take it gently, remembering that you've got one side that's wobbly than the other, so it may be that you need to hold on to something. Just play around. Find that, oh, I've got wobbles now. Finding that dancer's pose. When you're in the position that you're comfortable with, breathing deeply. See if you can maybe stand there for the count of 3. And then allowing everything to relax, pedaling it out. Then finding mountain again, and we're going to take it to the other side. So once again, finding the connection with the ground, making sure that you've got a stable right foot, bringing the left foot up to the chest, and then again, holding the ankle as it kind of passes underneath us, changing the hold to the hands holding over the top of the toes, finding the mudra and bringing a hand in front of you, leaning forward into dancer. Once again, remember the hand can be by your side, maybe your dancer's more upright, maybe we're having another go with our scarf. So just doing it gently, remembering standing on the scarf as we bring the knee up, allowing it to go back, holding the scarf over the back of us, remembering holding on to something if you need to, bringing the arm in front if you can, maybe you need to bend your knee, have a play, find what's working for you, and when you found your dancer, once again breathing deeply, maybe count to 3 quietly in your head. Maybe you want to challenge yourself and count to 4 this time. And then very gently let everything go, allowing your muscles to pedal out a little after working hard. And then just finding the mountain, closing your eyes, breathing deeply, noticing how your leg muscles are feeling, because they've probably just worked really hard, so you can really be aware of them now. And then slowly opening the eyes. Hands go up to the sky as we breathe in, looking forward. Fingertips touch, coming down in front of our heart space, coming all the way down into a forward fold, bending the legs generously, holding the elbows, breathing deeply and allowing the head and the shoulders to be heavy. Breathing in, halfway lift, breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in, halfway lift, breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in, halfway lift, breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in as we come all the way up to mountain, very gently, arms up over our heads, looking at the sky, fingertips touch, hands together, coming down in front of your chest. Keep going as we fold all the way forwards. Breathing in, halfway lift. Breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in, halfway lift. Breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in, halfway lift. Breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in as we come all the way up to mountain. Stretching those arms above our head, looking at the sky. Fingertips touch, hands come down in front of our heart space as we keep folding all the way down to the ground to find forward fold. Breathing in, halfway lift. Breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in, halfway lift. And breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in as we come all the way up to mountain. Hands up to the sky, looking at the sky. Hands meet, coming down in front of your heart space. Keep going as you fold all the way forwards. Into that forward fold. Coming down into a squat, adjusting the feet if you need to. Bringing your hands together in your heart centre. Using a block underneath your bottom if you require one. And then gently finding yourself seated on the ground, keeping your knees hugged into your body, tucking your arms round your knees, dropping your head, giving yourself a hug in a cosmic egg. Breathing deeply. And then very gently start to rock and roll, giving your spine a little bit of a massage, making it bigger with each movement. Oops, just move down here a bit. There we go. And then have a little bit of fun. Really rock and roll, maybe smile, pretend you're 6 years old. There are no rules, we're just rocking and rolling. And then when you've had enough, finding yourself on your back, knees together, feet as wide as the yoga mat, in constructive rest, placing your hands on your belly, closing your eyes, breathing deeply. And then very gently walking the feet in so that they're back on the yoga mat, bringing your knees up to your chest, adjusting your bottom slightly so your back's comfortable on the ground, and then taking your legs and feet to the sky. And maybe you want to hold the back of your legs. Maybe you can use your strap or your scarf that you were using earlier just to give them a bit of support. You can, if you've got the wall handy, you can put your legs up the wall. Breathing deeply. Maybe you want to take it to the next level, so you can bring your bottom up and put a block under your sacrum, and then return your legs to the sky. Maybe you turn it to the higher thing, or you could also go into a shoulder stand at the moment if that feels right. And then wherever you are, very slowly bring yourself back down to constructive rest. I'm just going to bring our feet back in line with our knees. We're going to take our right foot to the sky, keeping the left firmly on the floor. And then we're just going to place the right leg over the left into a figure 4 shape, keeping that right foot active. Just feeling the stretch. And then very gently placing the right foot on the floor, taking the left foot to the sky, bringing it over that right leg, finding the figure 4 on the other side, keeping that left foot flexed. Noticing how the stretch feels different on this side. Gently placing the left foot on the floor and allowing the knees to fall to the left, keeping the hands on the hips of the right side, maybe turning your head to look at your left shoulder. Just finding a gentle stretch in your side body. Bringing the knees back up to the centre and then allowing them to drop to the right. Hands go to the left hip. Maybe you look at your right shoulder this time. And bringing your legs back up to centre. Giving yourself one final hug. Knees to your head, head to your knees. And then gently stretch your body out as you're getting ready for Shavasana. Taking any final movements that you might need, any wriggles that you need to get rid of. Closing the eyes if you haven't already done so. Allowing your body to be completely at rest in the Shavasana shape. Starting at your toes, allow your toes to be heavy, your heels to be heavy, your feet to be heavy, the backs of your legs and your knees to be heavy, your hips to be heavy, your lower spine is heavy, The middle of your spine is heavy. The top of your spine is heavy. Your shoulders are heavy. The backs of your arms and your elbows are heavy. Your wrists, your fingers, your hands are heavy. Your neck is heavy. Your head is heavy. The skin on your face is heavy. Allow your whole body to be heavy. Your whole body. Allow your mat to take the weight of your body. Concentrate on the breath. Enjoying these last moments of our practice. Being grateful to yourself that you carved this time out. And if your brain starts to wander, bring it back to the breath. Just noticing it coming in and out of your nostrils. Enjoying this well-earned Shavasana. I've got a short quote for the end of today's practice for our dancer's pose, which says, "Life is a balance of holding on and letting go." Continuing to breathe deeply. Noticing how your body's feeling now. Maybe noticing how your mind is feeling. Appreciating the calm and the quiet. And the world is a little bit upside down at the moment again. So while we're finishing our practice, we're going to breathe in love. And breathe love out to the world. Breathe in love. And breathe love out to the world. Breathe in love. And breathe love out to the world. And if you have time and you want to stay here longer, please do. Otherwise, very gently and slowly start to wriggle your toes. Wriggle your fingers. Maybe lick your lips. Point your toes and stretch your arms up over your head like it's the first stretch of the day. And then very gently turn to the side of your choice as you start to make your way back up to a seated position. When you get to the seated position, resting your hands on your knees, closing your eyes, and continue to feel that complete feeling of calm, peace, relaxation. Bringing your hands to your heart center, dropping your head to your hands. I'd like to leave you today with peace and love and gratitude. I thank you for practicing with me today. Thank you.